Hello and greetings and welcome to the broadcast. I am here today with Celia. And oh my goodness, this woman is got an arsenal of tools for any person that not with primarily for parents, but really for anyone that's wanting to communicate more effectively with those that they love. She's an empowerment coach. She's a parenting coach. She is the founder of Pumped Up Parenting. And I encourage you to go to her website and check out all of her resources because they are many. I was actually telling her before the broadcast how I wish I would have had her as when I was raising my boys, but now I'm incredibly grateful to have her in my life because I have grandchildren. And it doesn't matter how old people get, we still need to communicate and we still need to handle things well. Celia, welcome to the broadcast.
Oh, thank you, Maggie. I'm so excited to be here with you.
I absolutely love what you do. And I love some of the things you got coming down the pike. You know, I hadn't been to your website in a while, and I went there a few minutes ago and I was like, oh, she's got more stuff on here than last time I was there. So, can we talk for a moment about some of the courses that you offer?
Well, yes, I offer a lot. I can start with my books.
Yes.
So I'm the author of Raising Happy Toddlers, How to Build Great Parenting Skills and Stop Yelling at Your Kids. I have 3 children's books out all about me. I am grateful and being different is fun. And you can find them on pumpedupparenting.com, or you can just go to celiasbooks.com, which actually takes you to Pumped Up Parenting, but it's direct links to Amazon. So easy to find. I wrote the Raising Happy Toddlers like a manual. You know how parents always say, I wish my kids came with a manual. So I wrote one. I thought that would be good for you. So, yeah, we have lots of courses. We have a master class every month. The one coming up at Thursday actually is how to parent your own inner child, because there's
Ooh,
so much we have going on in our heads that were planted there when we were children that
yes.
we really have to get over in order to parent our children the way we want to parent our children. So very important. We do a master class each month. I have an entire Peaceful Parenting Academy and various courses that focus on communication, respect, trust, listening, all kinds of things, schedules, routines, limits, boundaries, all the things you need to put a parenting system in place in your home so that you're not flying by the seat of your pants and you're actually parenting with intention.
Wow, I'll tell you. I mean, that is it's such a blessing for me to see all of those resources available because you're right. People are always saying, "I wish they came with the manual," and I'm so glad that you took the time to write that. This new masterclass you got coming up with the inner child, that is very intriguing to me. Most of you know that uh, counseling psychology is my background, and so when I hear that, I'm like, yes, yes, because those parent tapes are real
Oh,
and
yeah.
those influencers are strong. And those inner vows that we make of, I'm not going to do like my parents did. And then you do the exact same thing your parents did, right? And
Exactly, and
so,
then you're like, "Gee, I thought I'd never say that, but it's strangely appropriate in this situation."
right, exactly. That is super exciting. So, listen, if y'all want more information about that, please go to her website and check it out. And she does a lot of things on social media. So, you can find her all over the place. You're on pretty much all the platforms, aren't you?
I am, and I do private coaching and group coaching under my Tranquility Tribe. I'm on a mission to stop 1,000,000 parents from yelling at their kids because it's super detrimental, and, so you can work with me either way, according to your budget, and I do free coaching on, the Pumped Up Parenting page on Facebook, so you can go join that for free, and I have a YouTube channel as well. So there's a lot. Oh, and a podcast. I have a podcast, Pumped
Yes,
Up Parenting. I
yes,
forgot about
yes.
my podcast.
I love your podcast. I love it. I love all of
And
it. I
Maggie,
love
you
what
need to
you're
be on my podcast.
I know. I've got that invite and I've been praying over because I'm like, I I I'm going to do that. Actually, in the next couple days, you're going to be seeing. I know you sent me some available dates because I so value what you do, and I just want to be on there with you to encourage your viewers as well. So, if you're
Absolutely.
watching this on social media, please share it out with your friends, family, coworkers. Everybody has a kid in your life. Maybe you do not have children, but maybe you have nieces and nephews, or maybe your kids are grown, but you have grandkids, and maybe you're a blended family. And there's just so many resources that Celia, it's almost like She woke up one day and God said, I'm just going to empower you. And it's funny because she is an empowerment coach with all of these tools needed. And it's just such a beautiful thing to see. We were talking before the broadcast about, being a proactive parent versus a reactive parent. Now, I teach a lot of this in things because I deal with couples, okay? You deal with the kids and I deal with the couples. And so many times people are very reactive in their relationships, but they are not proactive and they don't do the work that it takes. So, can you talk to that parent today that feels like, I feel like I miss it every time I go to communicate with my kids. I feel like I'm always like reacting and in an unhealthy way, out of fear or whatever, child tells a parent something and they're like, ah,
Yeah,
before they can breathe. Talk about that if you would.
exactly. And, sometimes it comes down to realizing that you need certain things in place and you need to understand how to do certain things. Because if your world is in chaos, so are your children. Your
Yes.
children feel everything you feel, and everything you do, you give them permission to do. So even, parents that, their children are hitting somebody and they spank them. Well, by spanking a child, you give them permission to hit somebody else. You
Mm,
have to really think about things. Consequences, they are meant to teach, not punish. If you are constantly punishing your child for something they've done, they're not learning to make a better choice. In life, as an adult, we have consequences for all our choices. Good
yes.
consequences good choices have good consequences, good outcomes. Not so good choices have not so good outcomes. That's what you want your children to realize. You want to get them to also start thinking before they react. And one
Mm,
of the great ways you can start doing this right now is write down everything that happens with your child that you see showing up day after day. So it might be like throwing food, might be, for little ones, big ones, hopefully are not throwing food, or if they are, it's like a food fight. So it's a fun thing, but something that's consistent, maybe talking back, and
yes.
look at that and think of a way to resolve it before it happens again. So that then when it happens again, you've got it figured out how you're going to resolve it. And you're not just screaming, yelling, saying, go to your room. And if you don't know how to do that, you reach out for help to someone like me, to someone like Maggie, who is here to help you with communication and relationships. So that's one way you can
Communication.
get started.
Communication to me is like it's the most important ingredient in a relationship, and the ability to be able to resolve conflict, because you can communicate in an unhealthy way, but if you take that and then you partner that with the ability to resolve conflict, it's teaching the kids to do what they're going to have to respond to in life somewhere. And so when you get the younger, the better. So, I know you specialized in toddlers, but I know that your coaching practice expands
Yeah,
way
I
beyond that.
work with parents of all kids.
Yes.
And
So
I work with parents that are married that need help in their relationship. But often the parents that I work with that need help in their relationship is because their whole family needs help. And half the time they're fighting over that one parent's this way and one parent's this way, and they're never on the same page. And that
mm,
causes a big rift. I'm sure you've seen it, Maggie,
yes,
in any
absolutely.
relationship. You have to get intentional. You have to figure out a system and get on the same page with your partner.
Wow, that's so valuable. I'm a trainer for a modality called Prepare and Rich, and they actually added the parenting aspect to it. I guess it was probably about 5 years ago, because it is so important. Because there are different parenting styles, and you will go like this until you understand each other. It's like expecting the other person to read your mind, and they just don't have the capability of doing that. And then the kids are caught in the middle. So I know the area that you deal with a lot is blended families, and this is a huge thing.
I do. And so our listeners know I am a mommy like you guys. I have two of my own and three I gained through marriage. And I have been successfully parenting a blended family for almost 26 years now. And a lot of that Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. A lot of that has it always been easy? No. Has
Sure.
there been struggle points? Absolutely. Do you have to deal with other parents with other ideas? Yes. But you have to focus on your home. Like so often, I work with clients and they'll be like, well, I'm going to do this. And I'm trying to talk to my ex in doing that in his home or her home. And I'm like, you can't worry about that home because, first of all, you're not married to that person anymore. Second of all, you have no control. They could say on one conversation, oh, yes, I'm absolutely doing that. And then the kids get there and it's like a whole different ballgame. You have to focus on your home, you and your partner, if you have one, being on the same page, raising your children with the morals and the values that you want them to have,
Mhm.
so that when they go to someone else's home that's a little different, or anywhere in life, go to a job, go to college, go, live their life, that they have these core values built inside of them that they can fall back on whenever necessary, regardless of where they are. So, like my tagline in Pumped Up Parenting is because we are raising adults, not children. And that's what we're doing. We are raising adults. They're already kids. And if you're flying by the seat of your pants, if you're trying to always make them happy, yes, we love and adore our children and we want them to be happy. But making them happy all the time is doing them a disservice because welcome to life when things don't always go your way. And
Come
if they
on.
think everything will go their way, they're going to fall apart when it doesn't.
That's right.
So,
That
the one thing I wanted to say, Maggie, about your relationship, not your relationship, parents' relationship, the relationship between you and your partner is that the reason that that is so important, not just for, being on the same page so your kids don't learn to play each other, because if you're not on the same page, they
Yep.
will. They'll be like, well, mommy said
Oh,
no, so
yeah.
I'm going to daddy. Or daddy said no, so I'm going to mommy.
Yes.
Also, because you are role modeling a relationship. And what you're doing in your relationship, you're giving permission to your children to do in their relationships. That's with their friends, their siblings, their future love relationships. So think of, what are they seeing? Are they seeing discourse? Are they seeing anger? Are they seeing yelling? Are you cussing? Are you being aggressive? Because don't be surprised when they're that way, because that's
Yes,
what
it's
they're
right.
learning. You are their role models.
Yes, yes. I love that. I love that because it is true. Because kids are they you can talk is cheap. They
Mm.
are going to mirror what they see. And it is vital for them to have a positive role model in the household because they become adults and they've picked up all of these negative behaviors that no one ever addressed because it's always the me and what I want and what I think and what I feel, and so they don't understand how to resolve the conflict, how to have the conversation, the difficult ones. And I love that you talked about not making them happy all the time. It makes me think about what is it? Is it Rocky where it's like, the road's not always rainbows and
Right.
whatever, because it's true. If we
It
set them
is.
up for failure, if we think that things are always going to be hunky dory, we have to prepare them how to resolve these things. And we've got a generation right now. I see a lot of this, especially with some of the kids. I deal with an entitlement issue. And it's like, I don't have to, why should I have to work? I expect everything to be given with me. And we're coming into the holiday season. And this is a time where I have seen this. And I was guilty of this when I raised my kids. And then I recognized what I was doing. I had some mommy guilt. Mommy guilt's the worst kind of guilt on the
Yeah.
planet, right?
Don't
And
do
so
it.
yeah, I had some mommy guilt, and so like I would try to overcompensate. It's like, okay, I'm going to really blow it out at Christmas to make up that for this or that or whatever. Dangerous. So, try to get the latest, greatest. Can you talk to some parents about that?
Happy to. It's like when you give and you give and you give and your children come out on Christmas morning and there's a pile sky high of presents. Yes, their eyes light up. But then watch what happens. What happens is they rip presents apart like this. This one's on, this one's on, this one, and they have no appreciation for any of it. They don't
Yes.
even remember half of the things they got.
Right.
You have to teach your children to be grateful. You have to teach them to understand that there is so much abundance right there where they stand. You don't need the latest and greatest. You don't need 9,000 gifts to make you happy.
That's right.
You know, I love this story of when my sister, my sister Maddie,
I
took
love
our
Maddie.
niece. Yes, me too. Took our niece to they were at the Smithsonian Museum, and they took them to the gift shop. And my niece and nephew are twins, and Matt went and picked out various things, and Emily went and she picked out a pencil. And Maddie said to her, "Well, Emily, you can pick out some more things." She says, "I just want this pencil." And she goes, "Well, I appreciate you thinking of me and the financial aspect, but you can pick out more than one." And Emily's like, "I just want this pencil." And it's like you think, "Oh, they want more and more." And sometimes they just want one or two things, and then they appreciate it, they're grateful for it, and they remember they got it. And sometimes I'll throw this in too. A lot of times they get so much, it means nothing to them. You want to do something great on Christmas, you can plan a family trip, plan a memory. My family and I, we have done things like we've chosen a needy family and we bought them gifts.
Mhm.
We've offered to work at my dad used to work at the police station all the time because we're Jewish. My husband is not. My children were raised Christian and Jewish. But he used to go in every Christmas and work 2 days at the police station so those police officers could go home and be with their families
Wow.
every Christmas. You do things like that build
Yes.
memories. You can go, go work at a soup kitchen. That's what's going to teach your children to appreciate the world they have around them and to really make memories. And when you make repetitive memories like that, you know what happens? Your children grow up, they have families, and they do the same for their
Yeah.
children. And it goes on for generations.
I love that. I love the service aspect of it, because that's the whole purpose
That's
is
the
to
whole
serve.
meaning of
And
Christmas,
it's
right?
better to give than receive. And when you're giving from that heart, you're training them to be grateful and thankful for what they have and share with others. So, I've got Ronnie on here. Ronnie's from Uganda. And so I know that in Uganda, they probably look at us in the States and go, these people are crazy, the things that they do. And it's true. I adopted something back with my children, and later even with the grandkids. I try to be very conscientious of what I do because I don't want them to be entitled, but I want to bless them. You want to bless them. And so there's that whole thing of something they want, because if they really want something, they'll appreciate it, they'll take care of it, they'll value it.
Absolutely.
And then something they need, like they might need some socks or some undies
Right.
or whatever, some pajamas. Or like I grew up Catholic, my mom would always give us, we could open one present on Christmas Eve and it was always something to wear to midnight mass, I mean, that type of thing. Something you
Handy.
need, you
Good
know?
planning.
Yes, yes. Something you need, and then something you want, something you need, something to wear, and something that you can read. So educate them.
Yeah,
So that's 4 gifts. And one of them, like you said, good planning is strategic. You're going to have to get them clothes anyway, right? You know,
exactly.
and you're going to have to get them something they need. So maybe it might be a set of body wash with a whole new toothbrush or whatever. I mean, just be practical with it. But that thing that
Yeah,
they
the
want,
toothbrush thing, you know what, Maggie? I actually suggest that one of the things that you give your kids for Halloween is a brand new toothbrush,
because of the
and
candy.
a fun toothbrush, and it goes in their trick or treat bag. And then, of course, we encourage them to brush their teeth after all the candy. So, yeah, toothbrushes are great and fit very nicely in stockings that are hanging from your fireplace.
Yes.
Perfect
Yes.
shape.
Yes. They are valuable. I'm just saying.
Exactly.
I'm doing an event in January talking about, the inner man is called Living Inside Out. And I'm talking about inner beauty. But boy, it sure is happy when someone does brush their teeth. I mean, it's a
Yes.
good thing, right? Brush your hair, brush your teeth. I mean, be a little bit concerned, but not
Personal
too much.
hygiene. It's a good
Yes.
thing.
First,
Pass
yeah.
it on.
Training them up. So, oh my gosh. Well, listen, there are so many resources. What has been your favorite project that you have worked on? And because you've worked on so much, you're an author, you're a speaker, you're a coach. Before all of this, you were into the fitness for kids, which
Yeah,
I
I'm
know
still
that's
into
also
fitness. I still have the
incorporated.
fitness.
Yeah,
And
as
I love working with kids, and I love, our Funfit classes. That's the name of my fitness company. But one of my near and dear to me projects, other than my books and other than my children, which are my greatest accomplishments, is probably my Tranquility Tribe that's going on right now.
okay.
And it is basically a group of parents that have decided exactly what we're talking about. That we have decided we need a parenting system in place so that we can be proactive and not reactive. We can
Yes.
stop yelling. We can really be intentional with the words we say and how we say them, and we can teach our children in a calm, cooperative home environment that's filled with respect, trust, love, and always gives them the feeling that they are valued and that they are important. And that's what will raise an an adult. And that Tranquility Tribe is, they're my people, and they are learning every time we're together. They take home something else that they can use and put in place in their home.
I love that. I love that. So you have the Pumped Up Parenting group, which is free if someone does not have the finances to be involved. But the Tranquility, I love that. First of all, Tranquility Tribe just makes me want to climb right inside it.
Yeah, isn't it
It
feeling
just
an
seems so
ah? Right. So actually, I can offer your listeners a special offer, and it is only available here because it's not a public link. So
okay.
if you go to special offer period mytranquilitytribe.com. I could hold up a card, but I don't have one. Special offer dot mytranquilitytribe.com. That will give you an amazing discount to get into the inner circle. And the inner circle is priced even higher than the basic Tranquility Tribe. It gives you coaching twice a month. It gives you the master classes, including the one on Thursday, a new one
Wow.
every month. It gives you all the past master classes. It gives you the Tranquility Tribe Academy, which is a 50 video academy to put a parenting system in place.
Wow.
And it gives you the Tranquility Tribe private Facebook group where there's always affirmations every day to keep you confident, keep your kids confident, and keep you all growing strong. And for less than $1 a day, you can be a part of it.
Wow, that is an incredible thing. Now that is something. Can you repeat that again? Because I want to put it in the chat stream
Oh,
here.
there you
I want
go.
to say that.
Special offer,
Okay, special
offer,
offer.
period,
Okay.
mytranquilitytribe.com. And it is a huge savings, like 80% off of the regular price.
I'm not getting it, and I don't have my reading glasses here. So you all write that down, and I will go back and locate it afterwards, or Celia will put it in the chat stream.
Can I put it
So
here? Chat with hosts and other guests? Can I
yes,
do that?
yes, that would be
Oh,
awesome.
comments.
Yeah,
Okay,
because
let me try that. I'm so
okay,
oh,
yeah, and
where
then
did
I
chat
will.
go? Oh, that is comments. Hold on, I'm
Yeah,
gonna put this in, and I don't know if it'll work, but I'll try it
okay. Thank
because
you very much, because
I
that
may
is an
be
exceptional.
technologically challenged.
So is that something that someone could buy someone as a gift?
Absolutely. It's
I
a
love
great
that.
time to give as a gift. If you're a do you see that? It says private
Yeah,
chat.
it's in the private chat, and I'm going to take it and I'm going to put it in the Facebook
Oh,
group
good.
because
Okay, yay,
we're
sorry.
behind stage here. So I'm
Okay.
definitely going to do that. Here it is. Uh,
Technology is a wonderful thing. Do you know I just had an eye exam
absolutely.
virtually with the eye doctor? How crazy is that?
I examined
But
it. I got
yes,
to say,
makes a
wow.
great gift.
Hey,
Great gift
Celia,
for a grandparent to give somebody a sibling, a sister to give their sister who has kids. What a gift of peace and quiet, huh?
It's not coming up for me. Whenever I clicked on I cut and pasted it and put it in the thing. Um,
Let me
mytranquilitytribe.com.
see.
It looks like it's spelled right and everything. And I clicked on the link.
Oh, you're right. I cannot be reached. Oh, okay. Well, don't go there then. I don't
We
know
will,
why it's not working.
we will find
Okay.
another link. And at that time,
Yeah,
I
we
will
will
put it in
get
there.
you a link. I don't know why that
Yes.
one's not working. You can go to mytranquilitytribe.com, but that will, not give you the special price.
Gotcha. Well,
So
I'll
I
tell
will
you.
send that to Maggie and Maggie will put it in. I'm not sure why that's not working. I will check with my assistant who does all the techno whiz stuff.
Awesome. 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 Because listen, you all need this. Okay. You need this. You need to be empowered by this group because doing it with other people, you recognize you're not alone. Anytime that you feel like you're alone, you're going to have all this like going on and you're not going to be productive and you'll feel defeated. And there's nothing more important. God gives us children to train them up and to prepare them. And there's nothing worse than feeling like you're failing at the most prized possession that he has given you to prepare for humanity to experience. And we have seen what poor parenting can do. And most of the time it's not intentional. We know that there are abusive, crazy, psycho people out there that jack kids up. We know that, right? But there are so many parents that they just miss some things because they're trying so hard to do the right thing, but yet it causes more damage than good. And so I love that you alluded to that with some of your encouraging words for parents to understand that you can't make your kid happy all the time.
Right. And
It,
it's
it,
not even fair to them to try to.
that's
You
right.
got to
Because
let
they're
them
in the real
handle their
world.
emotions. Right. Let them
Yes.
learn, practice, exercise that disappointment muscle, exercise their waiting muscle. Don't just give in. They need to practice.
I love that you said the waiting muscle because we are in a drive-through breakthrough world. Everybody wants everything now, now, now. And that's what's created the entitlement that we see in some of the younger generation. But I'm reading a book right now. It's a great book. Anybody that out there that is in any type of network marketing or business, it's a book called the consistency chain of network marketing. And they talked about a study that was done, the marshmallow study. Are you familiar
Yes.
with
Oh,
that?
yeah. So the marshmallow study is,
Yes.
sorry, my glasses are steaming up. The
That's okay.
marshmallow study is basically they sat these toddlers down and they gave them a marshmallow.
Yes.
And they told some of them pretty much, if you wait to eat this marshmallow, we will give you more. I'll do it like very basic and simple.
Yes. Yes.
If you don't wait and you eat the marshmallow, that's all you get.
Right.
So it was a true test of, I really want to eat the marshmallow, but can I wait? Because when I wait, I'm going to get even more marshmallows.
Yes.
And it was all to test that instant versus delayed gratification.
Yeah. Pretty powerful. You know that they followed them on through adulthood. And it was really amazing. And they found that there's like 20% of them. And I can assure you those 20% were growing up in a loving environment where they were able to understand delayed gratification. They were able to exercise that muscle. They were able to learn that everything is not about me and it's not right
Right.
now. And so it's just really powerful. And of course, later on in life, they found that the same group of kids that they worked with, that they had higher SAT scores. They were got into better colleges. And then later on in life, they were more successful in their personal relationships, professional relationships, things like this. Y'all listen, don't eat the marshmallow. Okay.
Yeah,
Don't eat the marshmallow.
exactly. Don't eat the marshmallow. That is our message today. Don't eat the
Yes.
marshmallow.
Don't eat the marshmallow. Go to Pumped Up Parenting, get into her group, and check out this Tranquility Tribe. And you might be thinking, well, I don't want to have to pay to be in a group. Listen, do you realize the value that you get from something like that? This is things that you just can't learn anywhere. Give up your Starbucks. Girl, I went through Starbucks yesterday and I got my favorite drink. It's an iced venti matcha green tea with made with coconut milk and made with peach juice. Do you know how much that burger cost?
A fortune.
$50. I
Yeah.
was like, what? When
A-
did my
And
drink get so high?
these are your children. People pay for training of, so you can't become a plumber and not go to plumbing school. You can't
Right.
become an electrician, not go to electrician. You can't become a
Yes.
doctor and not be doctor. But somehow we feel like, oh, we should all know how to parent our children without learning the things we need to do to create
Mm,
incredible adults. And when you see
yes.
what's going on in the world today, people that are on drugs, people that drink, people that self-harm themselves, people that shoot other
Yeah.
people, and schools and things, these are children that were not parented well.
Right.
They have issues, and when they get mad, they take it out on themselves, or they take it out on other people, or they self-medicate themselves, because that's the only way they know how to deal with it.
Right.
Don't do
Or
that
they
to your
have serious
children.
psychological issues
Right,
as
or they
well.
may have mental issues.
Right,
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 right.
because mental
But
health is a real thing, and you can be the best parent
absolutely,
and still have a,
absolutely. But you
you
could
know.
be creating the mental health of
Yes,
your child too.
yes,
You
yes,
are
that is
actually,
true.
what if we had a whole generation of children that actually blossomed from their childhood and
Mm.
didn't have to recover from it? Can you imagine?
Oh, that's so good that you said that, because that's actually a catchphrase that I use in one of my programs, helping your tween and teen to live a life they don't have to recover from. Because I am heavy in the recovery movement. I know about the traumas, the dramas, and all the things. And guess what? It all started in childhood. And in addition
Absolutely.
to that, all the abusive, addictive behaviors, it all started in their childhood. Everything links back to that. So why would you not invest in something that God has given you? So I want to encourage you all to definitely get connected with Celia, buy her books, check out her stuff, get involved in this tranquility tribe. Oh my gosh, what an amazing group of people, because that iron sharpens iron. So he is almost 12. Okay, somebody's saying here that they've got a child that's almost 12. You know what? That is a perfect time to
That's fun.
test
I
that
I
thing. Yeah.
I start at pregnancy. Actually, I have a pregnancy to infancy program, so I actually start at pregnancy, but I help parents all the way up through adulthood. So it
Yeah.
doesn't matter, and and let me just say to that mom or dad, it's never too late to start. Tiffany, yay, you literally told your son this. It's never too late to start. I have a friend of mine who wound up joining the Tranquility Tribe because she said, my children are in their teens, their lower teens, and they never help around the house. And how could I possibly get them to help now? Well, if
Yes.
you never do anything, they never will help.
That's right.
But if you never start, nothing will happen. But you have to start somewhere. These are your babies.
Oh
These are
my
our
gosh.
babies, the best gifts given to us.
Yes.
Be true to
Yes.
them, help them. You know what makes me proud now? When I see the kind of parents my 5 children are. When I look at them and I'm like, I did that. They're pretty good parents. Look at them. They're awesome.
Yes.
Because it's not just about your kids. It's about your kids, your grandkids, your great grandkids. And if you don't
Yes.
decide this starts with me, it's going to go on for generations to come.
That's true. You know, I couldn't help it, but the song, The Blessing, popped in my head that it talks about your children and their children and their children and their children, the generational blessings that can take place of the appropriate training for such a time as this. So, Celia, I could just spend all afternoon hanging out with you. I absolutely love this woman. Her and I have been in a relationship. We share the same business coach, and we met that way. And I'm so grateful for her and
Oh,
everything that
me
she
too.
does. Not just being a blessing in my life, but the impact that she's having on the families out there in the households that are being changed as a result of her saying yes to her calling. So, Celia, if you could leave the audience with a key, and it can be any type of key you want. And I know I didn't prepare you for this, but I always
That's all right.
have my guests leave the audience with a key. What would that key be?
So here is the key, guys. Start noticing the positive that your kids do and
Mm.
start letting your kids know that you notice. So, for an example, maybe you have kids at home and you've sat here and you've watched us for almost 40 minutes and they've been busy doing their thing and letting you watch. And then in about 5 minutes, they're going to break out and have a fight. And that's when you're going to go in and start yelling at them. When for 40 minutes, they've been great. Go
Good
in
point.
there. I challenge you to go in there when we're done and go look at your kids and say, you know what, guys? You have been great. I listened to one of my favorite broadcasts, and I'm really so happy and proud of you for behaving so nice. Just don't say good job. Be specific to the behavior. Be
Yes.
specific. Thank you for sharing with your sister. Thank you for eating so nicely. Thank you for brushing your teeth. Thank you for cleaning the floor so well. Thank you for taking a time to do your homework well. Be specific, but notice all the good they do, because you know what? They do a lot more good than they do not so good.
So good. I that absolutely pull out that positive reinforcement of the things they're doing good, because it's true. We by just by nature, we seem to find the bad and only talk about the bad. And then all they hear is I'm bad. And they
Right.
need to know that they can make good choices and that there are benefits to making good choices. And so I love that. Celia, I just love you. And y'all listen, it is Pumped Up Parenting. Go to it, check it out. Go to the website. You will be blown away. I mean, blown away by the resources that this woman continually puts out. It is absolutely a blessing and an honor to be in relationship with you, Celia. I love you. And
Thank you,
any
Maggie. I
final
love you
words?
too.
Any
I,
final words?
final words are laughter, guys. It's the best medicine. Find stuff funny. Stuff is funny. You're funny. Your kids are
Yes.
funny. Start laughing more. Have
Oh my
fun
goodness.
with your kids. Don't just watch, sit on the couch on your phone and watch them have fun. Get involved. Get down on the floor. Play with your children. Have fun with your children. Laugh with your children. And the world will be a better place.
Amen to that. I love it. I love it. I love it. See what I mean, y'all? We went way over our time, but I was just having fun with my friend and helping you all with some keys to help you live your best life. We will see you here next time. God bless you guys. Bye bye.